Hello my beautiful people and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tracell. This is Face Meets Tracell YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm doing the most, I know. For today's video, I have no idea what I'm really going to do today. I just know that I'm going to film because I've been putting it off long enough. So I have a few new products because my last video was my BoxyCharm video and I would have gotten new items in my BoxyCharm. And after I picked up my BoxyCharm from the warehouse, I went to Ambrosia Cosmetics, and that's one of my faves. It's local, as in Trinidad and Tobago, in case you did not know. And I bought a few items, so I have those. So I really don't know what exactly I'll be doing for today's video, but we'll be using some new products, and we'll be talking about a real uncomfortable, I would say uncomfortable topic. So yeah. Let's start the video. So before we begin, let me just say I will let you all know the products that I will be using in this video, and if I do forget to mention it on camera, it will be in the description bar below. Colourism. I have multiple experiences with this. I'm just only going to be discussing one in today's video. At least I hope to only discuss one. Anyway, to start my skin, I have absolutely nothing on, so I'll be using my 111 Skin, which is a serum, a pollution defense booster, which I actually got in my last BoxyCharm. So I'm just gonna put that on. I'm very comfortable in my skin. I love my skin complexion. I have never felt like I needed to be lighter. I've never felt like I needed to be darker. I have never ever, wanted to be anything other than myself. So let me just put that disclaimer out there. I have, however, experienced colorism probably my whole life. My sister is fairer than me. My mother is fairer than me. I am a little lighter than my dad. He's darker than I am, right? When I say I've experienced it my entire life, I am not saying that it's been something that people tell me negatively about in terms of my skin color. It's just that I was always very aware that my mother was lighter than me. I was always very aware that my sister was lighter than me. I was always very aware of that, right? So when I say I've experienced it, that's what I mean. But in this particular instance that we're going to discuss, I actually went out with a few of my friends who are actually way lighter than me. To start my brows today, I'm using the Brow Beauty by Ambrosia Cosmetics, and this is in the shade dark brown. This is their brow definition. Oh, and this didn't recently happen. This happened a while ago, guys. So yeah, there's that. So a friend of mine invited me to a party, small party get together. I went because obviously that's my friend and I got invited. She had her other friends there, which is also fine because I was cool with everybody. I have no issues with anyone. And they are on the lighter end. They are literally light skinned girls, right? It was 4 of us, and of the 4 of us, I was the darkest. We were all around the same age, so we were all hanging out, and it wasn't my friend's party, it was her sister's party, who I also know and pretty cool with. So obviously it's not my friend's party, so it's not a group of our friends, it's her sister's party. So we that knew each other, we were chilling around ourselves basically. We were just standing to the side or talking and laughing and whatnot, right? And then there were a group of these guys who wanted to basically hang out with us. And one of the guys approached me, right? And he was like, y'all should come like closer to the party and chill over there with me and my guys. And I was like, yeah, thanks, but we good over here, or y'all could just come and chill over here with us if y'all want to talk to us so badly. And he was like, everything over there, the drinks over there, whatever. I was like, yeah, but we are also really good over here. Now, he wasn't disrespectful in any way, like how he approached me, how he spoke to me, anything. It wasn't like nasty in any way, shape, or form. So let's just get that. And this was also a guy of African descent. He was a little lighter than me, but he wasn't like the typical light skinned by the scale, you know, but he was a little lighter than me. I was like, listen, I just told you we are good over here, and if y'all want my friends and I to come over there, go talk to my friends. If they want to go, they will go, but right now I am telling you that we are good here. So a little while passed, he started to talk about something else, the small talk happening, everybody just chilling, we are laughing, me and my friends, and we just chilling on the side, and he is there chilling. I think it was him and one other guy, but all of his other friends were over on the next side. We talked about whatever the small talk was about, and then he brought it back up that we should go over there to hang out with his friends, and I was like, yo, we are not going over there. If you want your friends, if your friends want to hang out with us so badly, let them come over here. I would go and ask your friends, but you know, they look too you know, standoffish, bougie, you know. I can't remember the exact words that he used, you know. So I'm coming to you as the nigga in the group, and I was like, whoa. And like, I remember in that instance, I was like, whoa. So I was like, oh, you are so wrong. But I didn't say it like straight up, like, no. I didn't say it like in a mean way. You know, I kind of laughed it off, which I kind of wish I didn't. And he started laughing, and I was like, no, you're off. If you thought we were going to go over there, then for sure now we not going. He was talking to me, so none of my friends did, and I don't think I ever told my friend who invited me to the party initially, nor her sister, because another kind of problematic girl, and it wasn't that serious to me at the time, right? Of all my friends, one is definitely, like, you could see that she's mixed with something, don't know what it is. The other two, they look to me just like light-skinned black girls, right? Now, I don't know if they mix or not, they just look to me as light-skinned black girls. Y'all, I genuinely don't know what I'm doing in today's look. But you know what? I'll use the same palette since I'm using the mirror. I got this in my first BoxyCharm, so I'm gonna use this palette. So I'm gonna take this deep purple shade here. I remember, like, I ignored it in that instance, and now I got home and I remember thinking, wow, people really think, like, you know, having lighter skin is superior to having dark skin. The fact that he thought he could come and tell me, I'm coming to you as the N-word in the group. Like, seriously? Like, you don't even know the heritage of any of us. You're just being rude, right? And then on top of that, you are also of African descent. Did you think, like, in that instance when you told me I come into you as, you know, like, did you think I would be like, oh yeah, my nigga, we cool? Did you think, like, that is how I would react to it? Did you think, like, you know, I would be like, oh, my African brother, embrace me, you recognize that I am of African descent? That was such a dumb thing for you to say. And obviously the conversation ended there, and I went ahead with my friends, and I told them we are not coming over there, and we continued to just chill amongst ourselves and have fun. I'm gonna take this color next. In my head, automatically I realize, like, you value skin tone so much, the lighter the better, right? So it's like, no, I have no problem with anybody having a preference. And you having your preference, you don't have to disrespect other women. I think he didn't really realize that what he was saying was obviously going to be offensive. But I think that's the problem. The fact that you thought you could tell me anything and I would not be offended by it. That's a problem for me, because I am supposed to be the one that's down for the cause. Did you think, like, automatically I was less than my peers and that's why you spoke to me first? You need to be socially aware. So I just find that was like a real off situation, and I never discussed it. I think I maybe told one person or maybe two people this story, and I was just so disappointed that it was a guy of African descent. Not that I would be glad if it was another descent, But it was a man of African descent who told me this shit. If you don't value the women of your race, no matter the shade they come in, do you expect other people to value her? Not saying that I wanted to be valued by this man. Not saying that. Let's not get twisted with the message that we're putting out here. I just wanted to, share this. Oh, I didn't show you what I'm going to use next. I'm going to use this neon yellow. And this is by Colourism Cosmetics, which is a sister company to Ambrosia Cosmetics. I'm going to use this on my lid because we're feeling bright today. This is the Neon Pop. I've never used it, so I don't know how it's going to translate, but we'll see. Ooh, is this yellow or green? I think it's yellow. So that was one experience that I've had with Colourism, but I'll give you another instance, right? I remember I was like maybe 15, 16. Actually, I don't even know if I was that young. I can't remember. So I was in a hairdressing salon. Was I 15, 16? I would say maybe like between the ages of 16 to 18. This look is going to be so basic. Like I can see it because I'm talking and I'm not focused. She has another woman in her chair. So I'm sitting under the dryer waiting. And this other woman, she's of Indian descent, she is telling us of an experience that she had when she went to the United States. She has a store. She would shop for her store and come back down. Apparently she went into the store, or I don't know if she went into the store and it was somebody in the store who told her something, or if it was like a random guy. I don't know if it's sales rep or somebody was like, yeah, it's for that black woman there. And she was like, I was in such shock. I was so hurt. And in my head, I'm sitting there and I'm trying to keep a straight face, because if you all know me, you know that my facial expressions, they're terrible. I can't really help it. I'm sitting there and I'm trying to keep a straight face to figure out how to explain and I am at the time like between the ages of 16 and 18, like I said. And this is a woman who is clearly maybe 28 to 35, between that age range. And I was like, you do know that once you're not white in the US, you are considered black, right? I was like, generally, once you're not white, you are black. So she was like, yes, but I am so accustomed to, people calling me fair or light skinned or, or something like that. She was like, this person told me I was black. And then I was like, so your issue is that they think that you have a dark skin tone? But I didn't tell her that. I'm going to dip into Ife from the Magic Palette from Juvia's Place. This is a deep purple. Since the first shade that I would have put in my crease would have kind of been like a light purple, purpley brown. I'm gonna just deepen it just a little. I don't know if this will help or hurt the look, but we're doing it anyway. It's now me, the two hairdressers, and this woman who is in the salon. It's now just four of us. Me of African descent, my hairdresser of African descent, and the other hairdresser of African descent. All of us dark skin. I was the lightest one there. She is there so appalled and so unaware of how disrespectful and how rude she's coming across, because are you telling us then that, you don't want to be referred to as black? Why? Is it because black is bad? Is it because having darker skin is an issue? Is it because you'll be seen as less than? Because you have a darker complexion? What is the big deal about being black? Right? Again, I'm between the ages of 16 to 18 and I'm not trying to be problematic. So I'm sitting there in the salon and I'm waiting my turn like a nice child, and I'm watching this woman like, like my face was like, because I couldn't believe the words that she was saying. Like, We live in a very, 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 very multicultural country. There are so many different people from so many different places with so many different races and backgrounds, and you know, so to me it was like disrespectful. To me it was a slap in the face. I was thinking to myself, how is it that people are so stupid and so socially unaware of what they're saying? Or is it that they are aware and they just don't care? So, and when she left, obviously, myself and the other two hairdressers, we had a nice hearty laugh, and we had a nice healthy discussion about how these people really feel. And when I say these people, I don't mean this race, I just mean people who are very much unaware or are so egotistical and so opposed to being black, right? Like how offended they would be by being referred to as black. For my lid, I'm going to use the shade Nubia from the Magic palette. I almost said Masquerade palette. I'm going back in with the light brown that I had used to blend out the edges of the first purple that I had put down. Just to blend between the two colors, just to make sure it's not messy and everything is blended. If these people feel this way just by, you know, someone referring to them as black, do they ever stop to think, you know, well, I wonder how black people actually feel? Do they know the black experience? No, they don't. Do they care to know the black experience? No, they don't. Because honestly, some of them think they are better than. That shouldn't be the case in Trinidad and Tobago. We are too small and too multicultural to have people thinking like that. I'm going to do liner, and this is by Deuce Cosmetics. This is their Fierce and Fine graphic pen. I would have gotten this in my BoxyCharm for July. This is so thin, guys, and so perfect. Look at how perfect, and it's matte black. Look at how perfect. Alright, so I'm back, guys. Oh, that was a struggle. I stacked two lashes, both from TT_Ravishing. I stacked the style Amaya and the style Imani. These are thick. These are big blinks. These are the definition of big blinks. Whoa. I don't think I've ever had on lashes this thick before. Feels kind of weird. But, you know, we're just going to roll with it. So, let's move on to the face and move on to the next story. So, for foundation, I'm going straight in with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. I haven't used this in a long time, but I'm going to use it today, so we can glow a little. So for my third and final story, I was helping someone that I know decorate for a birthday party, and she, her husband, and her son were there helping decorate, right? Because it was all for a person that we all knew. Their son is around the age where, you know, they start liking girls. In true Caribbean parent fashion, it's normal to tease your kids, right? They're teasing him about who he likes, and they're calling out all the girls who he could possibly like amongst themselves, which I'm guessing would be normal because, I mean, that's your parents, that's your son. I don't know the dynamic in your home. While that's happening, I am minding my business because, like I said, that's not my business. I don't know the dynamic of your home. This is what y'all do. This is your kid. I can tell you what to do with your child. They say a name and it bothers him, right, that they said that name, because he's like, no, I don't like that girl. And the mother is saying, yes, you like the girl, stop telling tales, you know, typical things, but she's doing it in a joking manner. And like they realize that this one bothered him the most, which in most times when that happens is because that's the girl that you like. But just saying. Now this girl that they're talking about is of African descent. Their son, this family, they are not of African descent. They are all mixed, right? They are all mixed. The girl that they're teasing him about is of African descent, and she is dark skinned, right? Gorgeous girl. I've met her before. For concealer, I'm going in with Toffee from the LA Girl Pro Concealer. So they call her next name, and he was like, no, I don't like her either. And then they said, well, if you don't like that girl, then it had to be the first girl, right? Who he was so bothered about in the first place. And he was like, no, how I can like she? When I take off the light, I can't see her. This is not my child. And when he said it, I said, I was like, that is not nice. Do not say that. And his parents are laughing. Why? Because your parents are lighter than me. You are lighter than me. Not by much, but still. You are lighter than me. You are of mixed descent. You are not of African descent. So it's a joke. It's funny. And I was in shock. I was like, as parents, now these people, they work for the state. You know, like I'm not going to tell you exactly what the job is, but they work for the state. So when I say they work for the state, they are for the public then. So they're either in educational system, healthcare, public servants in terms of defense force, like, you know, all of them, police, fire, all of them. So they're, both of them are within the system. You know, basically the system that's supposed to be helping the citizens, and you are clearly showing your bias. And you think him saying that was not a teachable moment to say, oh no, that's not really nice to say, or you shouldn't judge people by their skin color. No, a regular person, and unbiased, a non-judgmental, a non-stereotypical, non-racist, you know, a person like that would say, would look at the child and say, don't say that. That's not a nice thing to say. That is very degrading. It's very disrespectful. It's not funny. But no, these parents sat there, ha ha, he he he, ha ha, he he he. And they clearly saw my face after that. And then the laughs died down a little. Because how is it you could encourage your child to speak like this? This is the human that you're going to put out into the world. One that's going to go out into the world and say dumb shit like that. And this one stuck out the most to me, because this is a child who does not know better. But you are parents who should know better. And your role as a parent is to correct him when he's wrong. And that was clearly a wrong thing to say. I'm going in with my crayon case composition notebook palette. I'm taking the shade Bobby. Oh, by the way, you all saw that she launching a new one. I was like, wow. I saw it and I was like, sis, I have 2 of these. And now I have to go buy that one too. I'm gonna wait until Black Friday. Hopefully I can use all these a good bit too. Check out, but we'll see. Yo, those were my stories on colorism. I have never actually experienced blatant racism towards me, at least that I can remember or that I paid attention to. Oh no, wait. I can't really say that was the case with that situation, because I don't know. Y'all tell me. I went out with my boyfriend, who is of mixed race, and we went to eat at a restaurant, and a family was sitting in the booth obliquely opposite us, so they could look directly at us, we could look directly at them, but we're not in each other's faces. Now this was also a couple of years ago. It was an older woman who was like the grandmother, or mother, maybe mother, and I think three younger girls. The entire time we were sitting there, she was staring at us the entire time. And I remember asking my boyfriend, did you notice that? And he was like, what? This woman will not stop staring at us. Every single time I looked up, she would be staring. He has never experienced this, obviously. Her face wasn't pleasant. So obviously one is to assume that you're staring at us because we are a mixed race couple and you have an issue with that. Yeah, this woman was having nearly scent. I don't know if I said that, but she was having nearly scent. I'm going into my Sasha Cosmetics palette and I'm using the shade Perfect Honey. You know, you want to beat out basically to blend out this powder. Yeah, I don't know if it was a race thing, so y'all let me know if y'all think it was a race thing. I definitely don't know, but I will not put it past anybody. I'm a very nice, open, trusting person. However, I do know that there is ugly in this world, and I do know that there are some very ugly people who wish things were like the way it was back in the day. Race to me is a very uncomfortable situation for a lot of people, and I don't think it should be, because all of these things that make us diverse are, you know, kind of amazing. They are what make us who we are, and we should be proud of that. We shouldn't have to feel bad about our background, our skin color. We shouldn't have to feel bad about any of those things. So I'm going to be mixing these two shades. This is from the BH Cosmetics 10-piece blush palette. Ooh, this bright pink and these bright green eyes. Kind of loving the combo. So I was just giving you all some colorism examples because I've been saying that I'm going to do a next project, which I have already filmed. It was filmed last year actually. And I'll give you all more in-depth information about it when the time is closer. I will be doing it soon. I'm hoping by next month that I'll have it ready to roll out. I'm going to be taking the shade Trophy from the Cream Case palette. So I honestly think this is yellow, but on my eyes it's translating as green. I'm going to show you all the green. This is the green and this is the yellow. I honestly think on my eyes it's translating as green. You all let me know. On the lips I've been loving recently is my lip gloss from Cab and with a brown liner. This is my lipstick from Cab. It's in the my lip gloss, sorry, it's in the shade Charming. Yes, I love this. I love how this turned out with my big blinks. Anyway, guys, today's video was a lot to unpack. I think we really need to be a lot more comfortable having these type of discussions. I think we need to be a lot more open and we need to be a lot more accepting of each other. So with that being said, that is the end of today's video, and I hope to see you all at my next video. And while you're here, you can check out my last video. And I love you guys, and thank you for subscribing. Thank you so much for your support. Remember to stay safe and stay sweet, my loves.